Hello, guys. How are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you today? I'm Cecilia Mbullah, also known as Lady C, and I'm broadcasting live from London. On today's video, we are going to be talking about 7 things that you are doing as a woman that turn men off. As ladies, sometimes we do certain things and we just kind of limit our chances of dating. So, what are the things we do wrong? The things we do not do right, not wrong, but some of the things we do as women that actually turn men off. What are some of the things we do? What are some of the things you do that turn men off? How are you today? Good afternoon. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm Cecilia. I'm broadcasting live from London, England. If you come across this video at any point in time, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thanks very much for sharing your time with us. Good afternoon. Let us know where you're watching from. How are you today? How are you today? Good afternoon. Where are you watching from? On today's video, we are going to be talking about things that we do that turn men off. Sometimes we date, sometimes we want to date, but there are certain things that we do without knowing that just push men away from us. They're like, I cannot date her. I just can't date her because she's always wearing wigs, different things. Not that, that is just an example. So what are the things we do? What are the things you do? So I have a list of certain things that we do as women that turn men off. They are like, I don't want to see her anymore. I don't want to be with her. I don't want to date her anymore. Even as a married woman, what are the things you're doing that just turn your husband off? What are those things that we do as women? And sometimes we know, but because we have formed a habit, we just carry on doing them. But sometimes we don't know. So I've got a list of things that we do as women that turn men off. I'll start with number one. Number one, sometimes women, some women, not every woman, some women dress to kill all the time. Every time you see them, they are so glamorous. You might think it's good for you. Actually, it's good for you. If that is what you want, it's good for you. But some men might look at you and go, oh my God, she's high maintenance. I will not be able to cope with her. She's high maintenance. She's always looking so good. I have to match up with her. That is why sometimes you have to tone things down as a woman. You cannot be 100% all the time. Some women are like that. You see them all the time. They are like, wow. It's good for you. It's good for your mental health. It's good if that is how you want to be. Then it might be some men, not all men. You will find a man who will love you the way you are, who would love you because you're high maintenance. But a lot of men will run away. They're like, oh my goodness, she's high maintenance, she's always well dressed. I will not be able to cope with her. I love her. Some men would love you, they would love to see you, they would love to look at you when you dress, you look good, but they would not like to date you because they think they would not be able to match up. They're like, oh my goodness, she's no, she's too high maintenance, she's too, she's too high up there for me. So sometimes as women we have to tone down our dressing. Sometimes you have to dress very smart, sometimes casual, because you don't know who you might be putting off. I'm not saying you should just let yourself go because you want to date. No. And if that is who you are and you just want to be glamorous 24/7 all the time, then come on, stick with the way you are. You have to, the one thing as well is that you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. So sometimes, you know, for example, I have this outfit. I don't need this. I just had it on now. I just put it on, but you don't need it. You don't need this. Sometimes you just take some of the things that you do not need, some of the things that make you too glamorous, take them out. Now you just have to. So it depends on how you are, what you want out of life. But I'm just saying that these are some of the things that turn men off. When you're always too glamorous, they think you're high maintenance, and they're like, oh my god, we won't be able to match her. She's just too much for us, you know. So if you're high maintenance, you know. Yes. Hello, Adams. How are you? Good afternoon. Where are you watching from? Let us know where you're watching from. And if you want to join and share your points, why not? And do make sure you share your thoughts on the comment section on what you think about today's topic. We can all share. We are here to learn from each other. I've just got some points that I'm going to share with you. So that is the first point. If you are a woman and you're too glamorous all the time, try toning it down, especially if you're single. If you're married or you're dating already, perfect. It's good to be elegant, but if you're too glamorous all the time, then men might shy away from you. Not because they don't love you, but because they're like, she's too high maintenance. I will not be able now. Her one perfume. You might you might think men will just love you because no, not all. Some of them will be like, oh my god, I can't. Oh my goodness. You know, so sometimes you have to tone it down. That is all, you know. Number two, as a woman, some men might not like this, but as a woman, if you are still searching, if you're still going on different dates, please don't just go on the first date and just think, okay, because I'm dating this guy, let me just stick to this one guy. You know, this is just one point that I want to give, you know, because sometimes as women, you start dating a particular guy and you don't even know if the relationship would last for some time. But then you just want to stick with him and see if you can work things out, you know. And you know, with men, a lot of men will not date one girl, especially when they are still searching. They would date 1, 2, 3 and see which one, you know, really yeah, hello Adams from South Africa. How are you? Hi, Soweto, where are you? Whereabouts are you in South Africa, Adams? Soweto? So that's the thing. As a woman, you start dating, make sure you don't just date the first guy and you just stick to the first guy. He might not want you later on. You know, he might also be trying to see which woman. So a lot of men, when they start dating, they date a few women to see which one, you know, they don't just date one woman and go, that is it. You know, a lot of men do that, you know. So sometimes as women, don't just date one guy and you think he's the kind of guy I like, so I'll just stick and make sure things work. Sometimes it might not work. Sometimes he might not like you the way you like him, you know. So you have to somehow we it's a game. I don't know. The times are changing, things are changing, so we have to go with the times as well, you know. Because men always play, you know, they play. Sometimes they'll have 2 3 girlfriends and you'll just be, you know, like an option, and you won't know. You think, oh my god, he's my boyfriend, you know, until he shows you that you are the one, until you know that that is my boyfriend, until you can call him your boyfriend. No, don't just put all your eggs on one basket, because men can just shatter all the eggs and leave you without anything, and they'll be like, yeah, but I did not, you know. I don't know. So that is it. Okay, so things. So that was just a point. That was just a point. I thought, you know what? Let me just put this in. Another thing that do turn men off is when a woman is too available. When you're too available, especially when you're texting and calling a man all the time. They're like, is she not doing anything? What? Why is she always texting? Why is she always calling? So if you text a man and call him all the time, he will not value you. Trust me. Especially when you just start dating. When you start dating a guy, please. I know sometimes he's your spec. He's got all the qualities you want, you like. Let him do the calling and texting, especially when the relationship is still new. You know, you might love him, you might fall in love with him from day one. However, you you have to hold yourself. Sometimes you have to hold yourself. Don't call and text him all the time, because you know what, men have their own way of looking at things. You know, you might think, oh, I'm calling because I call him so much, or because I call him a lot, he would think, he would know that I care about him and I care for him. No, when you call men a lot, they'll be like, why is she calling a lot? It's like no one wants her, you know. It's like she's too available. She's just too available. Why is she too available? Is she really worth my time? You know, am I too much for her? You know, those kind of questions. So sometimes it's just good to call. Just, it's the energy. Make sure you match the energy. Don't overdo it. You can call, you can text, but don't overdo it. Match his energy. If he calls you two, three times, you call him once. If he calls you five times, you call him two times. You know, don't call him 10 times. Don't call whilst he's at work. You just keep calling and texting him, oh baby. You know, some men will appreciate it, especially men who are very busy. They would appreciate it that you're texting, you're finding out how they're doing, but not all men. Some men will be like, why is she always calling? Why is she always texting? You know, why? Even as a woman, you know, if I start dating a guy, I remember this guy that I used to date. I don't know. He just used to call and text all the time. And sometimes I would not even I would not respond. Not because I did not want to respond, not because, but because I was busy. It's not like he wasn't busy as well, but he was overdoing it. And sometimes those things will push you away. You know, when someone over calls, over texts, when someone is like, you'll be like, it's too much. Sometimes you can't take it, especially when they're at the beginning of the relationship, when the other person is like texting, calling, um, always there for you. Not like always there for you, but the relationship is new. Let the relationship take its due course. It's one step at a time. You cannot take 10 steps on day one. No, it's not correct. Then you will be looking at it and going, what is happening? What is going on here? Why is he overcalling? You know? And trust me, that relationship did not work out for me because it was just too much. He was calling he was calling, texting, where are you? And with some people, you might think it's love. It's not love. When someone is, where are you? What are you doing? You know, it was just too much. And I could sense that it was more than calling. He was trying to control me at the beginning of the relationship. What are you doing? When are you closing from work today? I was like, no, you can't track my day. You cannot know when I'm leaving the house, what I'm eating. Not like that. We haven't been together for even for 3 months. And you know, sometimes you think it's love, but it's not love. I don't know if it's infatuation or it's, you know, for some people when they haven't been in a relationship for some time, they're like that. They want to know what you're doing. What are you doing? You know, but and there's a difference. There's a difference between love and someone who would come in and just control your every move and every step. Someone who loves you will call you, but they'll give you breathing space. They'll know that you have your own time, you have your own things to do. They don't have to call you. What are you doing? When are you closing work? Why did you close from work at 6? six today instead of five? They'll start asking you those questions. And once you spot those questions, you should know that what is happening here? You know, because there's a boundary between love and being controlling and domineering. Some people will start from the beginning of the relationship. You might confuse it for love. It's not love. So that is another thing. Another thing is when you go, for example, when you go on a date, let's say you go on your first date as a woman, you might earn a lot of money, you might work and earn a lot of money, but when you go for a date with a man, just let him be the man on that day. If your bill is being presented and he cannot pay the bill, come on, you can go ahead and pay the bill. If he cannot pay the bill on day one, if a man cannot pay the bill on day one, I remember watching this show on TV, and it was, I think it was first date, like first date on TV, and the guy was like, you know what, let's split the bill 50-50. And everyone, I was like, oh my goodness. He was like, no, I'm not paying the bill. And that was it. The girl was like, I'm not seeing you anymore. Sometimes as a man on the first date, come on. And as a woman, don't try to pay the bill. Don't go, oh, 50-50, let's share. Let him pay the bill. On the one, you are the prize. And some men don't like it when you try to pay the bill on the one as a woman. They want to do it. They want to be the man. They're like, let me pay the bill. Let him pay. It's the one, you are the price. Let him pay the bill. So don't go, oh, okay. You know what? I will pay the bill. Even if you are a billionaire, don't pay the bill. Let the man pay the bill on day one. If you start paying the bill, he might think, okay, some men are like that. Some men are very manipulative as well. If you start paying the bill from day one, you might end up paying every other bill in that relationship. So let him pay from day one. Okay, let him pay. So that would turn some men off. Some men will be like, she was just trying to pay the bill. She was trying to be the man from day one. She was just trying to show that she makes more money, especially if they get to know what you do and they know that you obviously make more money than them. They would want to pay. They want to be a man to show you that, yeah, you're the woman, I'm the man, I'm the chaser, I'm the one after you. Just let me do this today. Please just give him that chance. Let him pay. I don't even know. Look at me. I don't even know which women. I don't know which women on this planet will just go and start fighting the bill on the one. But some women do it. I don't know. Just let him, please. Let him pay the bill forever. let him pay, let him pay the bill, please. Don't fight the bill with him. And it turns some men off. Let him pay the bill. Please, darling, pay the bill. I'm not paying. I'm not. The one thing I'd say is, if you're going out whenever as a woman, please, please make sure you have enough money to pay for whatever you eat. See, don't go on a date and you just eat and you don't take any money. Get your bank card. Make sure there's money in your bank card to pay for your bill when you're going on a date. Because you know what, some men you can't tell. You cannot tell. Some men will go, no, I'm not paying for your bill. Let's You pay for your bill, I pay for my bill, because it's the first date. It's the first time you're meeting him. You don't know the person. You're just getting to know the person. So always make sure you have enough money to pay for your bill on the first date. You will not pay. He is gonna pay it. You will not even offer to pay the bill, but just have enough money with you. So should, in case he goes, you know what, hello, I'm not paying for your bill. You had too much wine, you had too much food to eat, and I don't have that money in my account. You go, okay. No worries, I'm gonna pay. Yeah, I'm gonna pay my own bills. I'm gonna just pay my bill. So that is it, but don't offer to pay. Let him pay. Okay, the third one is another thing I've come to realize that is maybe personally, when you are unavailable, you become attractive. Have you noticed? It's like demand and supply, isn't it? When you're unavailable, when you're busy as a woman, that is why it's very important that as a woman we try and we do something, because when you are too available all the time, when he calls you, you are there in the morning, afternoon, evening, night. You're there by land, sea, air, water. You're there anytime, any day, you know, then you become unattractive. You know how it is. When you have a product in market, too much in market, the price falls. I think it's just the same. So don't be too available. Don't be too available when it comes to relationships. Don't be too available. Let us know where you're watching from. How are you? Adams from South Africa. How are you, Adams? Is Adam still there? No, you've left me. How are you? Where are you watching from? I'm Celia, broadcasting live from London. If this is your first time seeing this face, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Another thing is this here. This here is my book. It's on Amazon and it's going for 0.99p for 1 week. So you can pre-order my book today. This book is it's titled 7 Lessons from My Father. That is it. It's titled 7 Lessons from My Father. So in this book, you've got 7 lessons that my dad passed on to me before he died when I was still in primary school. So I've got 7 lessons in this book. So you've got love and identity. That is chapter 1, love and identity. Chapter 2 is be your own rescue. Chapter 3 is failure. Chapter 4 is talk, listen more, talk less. Chapter 5 is about confidence. Chapter 6 is about is taking action. We all have to take action. And chapter 7 is on education. you know so the book is available on Amazon, so you can order your copy today. Can you see that? You can order your copy today. It's on Amazon. You can order your copy today. And the other day we were talking on confidence, which is one of the chapters. On one of the chapters in this book, we talked on confidence, about confidence, how we are born with confidence. As babies, we are born full of confidence. We do things, we just do things. We don't think. As a baby, you would say anything, whatever comes in your mind, it just comes through your mouth. You don't think. You've got the confidence. But as we go through life, we are being told the things we cannot do, the things we can do, and people just they just dent on our confidence on a regular basis. And by the time you get to a certain age, your confidence is completely gone. You start doubting yourself. But so in this book, I talk about how you can recognize that, oh my goodness, my confidence is no more there. How do I start building it again? Because, like everything, confidence is a muscle. You can build it, rebuild it, fall, stand up, get up, dust yourself, keep on going. So it's just like a muscle. We go to the gym, we work out our muscles, we want to be strong. It's the same thing. But how do we rebuild our self-confidence? First, you have to recognize that, oh my goodness, my confidence is gone. I'm beginning to doubt myself a lot. I'm beginning to, not take action. So what do I do to rebuild my confidence? What do I do, to start building my confidence. So how do you build your confidence? You start building your confidence by doing small things, taking small tasks. You know, make sure you take a task, one task. It could be work. It could be walking 5 steps. That could be your first task. It could be as small as that. Make sure you take a task that you will be able to accomplish. So when you accomplish the task, oh my goodness, I did it. Take something, start it, finish it from the beginning to the end. And once you accomplish that task, make sure you celebrate yourself. It's very important that you celebrate yourself. So that is the topic that we talked about last week. It was about how to rebuild your confidence, because it's a muscle. It's a muscle. You can build it and rebuild it. So it's in this book. I think it's chapter 5, talks about confidence. So that's one of the chapters we have in this book. you know okay, then let's carry on. Let's conclude. I just wanted to talk a bit about the book. Now let's conclude on our topic, which is um 7 things you're doing that 10 men off. Number one, we talked about being too glamorous as a woman. As a woman, when you are too glamorous, you turn men off. Yes, when you're too glamorous, you turn men off, because they think they cannot, you're high maintenance. They think they will not be able to, they will not be able to maintain you. They will not be able to get to your level. They will not be able to be the way you might want them to be. Some men would love you, but they'll be scared to approach you because you're too glamorous as a woman. That is why we always have to find that balance. Sometimes you have to be glamorous, sometimes you have to play it down. You have to tone it down a bit as a woman. Because if you're too glamorous all the time, some men will be like, oh my goodness, she is just too much for me. She is high maintenance. I will not be able to maintain this woman. I do love her. I do care for her. I really would love to be with this woman, but I think she is high maintenance. So um, I'll just stay away. So think about these things. It's very important as a woman, because sometimes you want to look good. I want to look good all the time, but sometimes, like some women will put on suits all the time. Sometimes you can just play it down. And I'm not saying you should just let yourself go. No, still look good, but just play it down a little bit. Some women wear heels all the time. You can just decide and put on flats once is in a while. It does it doesn't mean that you will not look glamorous, but you will just be enough. Sometimes sometimes, not all the time. Look glamorous sometimes, but if you're single and you want to date, you have to tone it down. You have to tone it down. And then when you go for the first time you're meeting someone, don't hide who you are. Do not hide who you are. If you're someone who is quiet, don't try to fake it. Just be yourself on the first date. you know just be yourself, be your true self. Someone like me, I cannot go on a date and be quiet, because I'm not quiet. So I can't go on a date and be quiet and be like, oh, just be quiet. Okay, when we sit down, I'll talk, I'll interact. I will not be like overpowering. However, I'll let my personality shine through, because I'm someone who talks. I love humor. I've got a sense of humor. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. So you would know from the first day you meet someone like me. So let your personality shine through when you go on a date. Don't hide yourself. Don't no. Let your personality just shine through. You know when you go on a date. It's very important. It's very important that you let your personality shine through. Don't hide yourself. Don't fake it. Don't fake it till you make it. Till you make it. Don't do not fake it. And when you go on the first date, if it's day one, make sure you don't go too early. Don't go too early and wait for the guy. Do not go too early and wait for the guy. Let the guy come and wait for you. Okay? Let the guy come and wait for you. Do not wait for anybody as a woman. Let the man come first. He'll get there, he will be there, but don't be too late. Don't go too late, but let the man wait for you. Let's say for about 10, 15 minutes. Because when you let him stay there for too long, you know, then it becomes an issue. Then he's like, you know, we had to meet at 4 and you're not there at 6. There is a problem. You have to go early enough, but not too early. So you let the man go in the first, and then you go and meet him. That way you'll be able to flaunt your silhouette. You're able to walk in there and just flaunt yourself, as a woman. Another thing is, when you start dating a guy, make sure, make sure that he doesn't, especially if you've dated him for some time, let him not hide you from his family and friends. Mm-mm. You shouldn't be a secret. You're not. You shouldn't be his little secret. It's not right that you're dating someone and you don't know where they live. You don't know anything about them. You don't know. You've been dating for 1 year and you don't know where he lives. There is a problem. He's hiding something. What is he hiding? You've been dating for 1 year and you don't know where he lives. He must be hiding something. Isn't he? Don't you think so? He must be hiding something. If you're dating for 1 year and you don't know where he lives, then there must be a problem. There must be something wrong somewhere. You have to ask yourself, am I an option here? How can you date someone for 1 year and you don't know where he lives? He comes to your house, he sees you, you go out, you have dinner, he visits you, but you don't know where he lives. He's like, oh baby, I live with my friends, I can't take you there, or I live with my mom, I can't take you there. There is a problem. So make sure you know where he lives. If he doesn't, then you have to start asking questions. You have to start asking questions. Okay, I think that is about it for today. So these are some of the things um you should avoid as a woman if you don't want to turn men off. These are some of the things. Just avoid them. Okay, and if you're dating and he's hiding you from everyone, know there's something wrong. There's something wrong somewhere. Why is he hiding you? Why are you his little secret? Why doesn't he want you to meet his friends? Why? You have to ask him. So why have I not met your friends? You've been dating for a year and you haven't met anyone from his side. He's met your friends, you've introduced him to some of your friends, he's okay with that, but you don't know where he lives. You don't know where he lives, you've never met any of his friends, you don't know. I think there is a problem. As a woman, you have to start asking questions. If you just want to catch your cruise as well, if you just want to have fun as well, if you just want to go there and have your fun, you really don't want strings attached. If you're happy with a relationship that way, that is fine. We all need to know what we want in life. Sometimes you might not want serious you might not want to get into anything serious. So if he is playing and you know that you don't want to get into anything serious, it's okay, you play as well. You're like, okay, I don't want anything serious as well. I don't mind if he doesn't show me where he lives. I don't mind if he doesn't introduce me to his friends, because I don't want anything serious as well. You know, If you're fine with that, that is good. However, if you want something serious, if you want something out of the relationship in the long run, and you notice that he keeps you away from everyone, you don't know where he lives, you don't know anything about him, then you have to start asking questions. And if he's not giving you tangible answers, you have to know that you might just be a priority. He might have his real relationship and you're just on the side. And if you're not happy, you have to like say, okay, bye bye. Bye. I can't be in this kind of a relationship whereby I don't know where you live. I don't know your friends. I don't know anything about you. It's not funny. I don't want to be with you. You know, you have to be able to judge. You have to be able to make that decision, you know, that it's okay. Now I don't want this anymore. Because if you keep prolonging it, you know, you think we are humans. If you keep prolonging it, you might start falling in love with the person. We are humans. You see someone for 6 months. After 6 months, you get used to that person. You want to see more of the person, especially if the person is fun to hang out with. And you know, most men who play around a lot, most players are fun to hang around with. Do you agree with me? If you're watching, you know, most men who are players, proper players, are fun to hang around with. Do you know that? Isn't it true? Most men who play a lot, who are players, who would have 5 girls at a time, are so fun to be with. You would want to be with him. You will be calling him like, where are you? Because that fun, they know what women love. They know the things that we love as women, and they'll do just what you want. You know, that is why most players end up getting lots of girlfriends. Sometimes a player would have 5 girls, and when he doesn't call them, they will be the ones calling him. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Because they know they have mastered the art of treating women well. They will treat you well. They will ghost you when they don't want to see you. You will be the one calling them because they know exactly how to treat women and they are fun to be around, you know. So if you want to get into a very serious relationship and you end up with one of these players, you know, and he doesn't want anything serious, you push for a little while and you see that um he's not doing anything. He's like, oh baby, you know, don't worry, I'll take you to where I live. I live with my friends. The house is always packed with people. I don't want you to go there. No, you shouldn't be a secret. You're no one's secret. You cannot date a man for 1 year and you don't know where he lives. You know, you're no one's secret. So make sure as a woman you weigh your options, you judge right, and if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel good, if you're thinking there must be something, how come when I call him he doesn't pick his call? No, there is something not right somewhere. You know, no, there is something not right somewhere. Hello, how are you today? So we have come to the end of today's video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel as soon as you come across this video. Share, like, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm going to be coming live a lot. Whenever I have time, I'll come live. We'll talk and we can discuss different topics, different things. And if you have anything to share with us, if you have any thoughts on today's topic, don't forget to share it on the comment section below so we can all interact. We can learn from you. We can learn from you. We can learn from each other. And this is my book, 7 Lessons from My Father. Please do make sure you go and get a copy from Amazon. That is it, 7 Lessons from My Father. Get a copy from Amazon We are doing it for 0.99p for 1 week. Please go get yourself a copy. 7 lessons, wonderful lessons, life lessons that I got from my father, that my father passed on to me. I've put them here in this very short memoir. It's a short memoir. We've got 7 stories, 7 lessons. So go and get yourself a copy. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me today. All the best always. As I said earlier on, I will come live whenever I have a bit of time or I have time. I'll just come live. So I don't have any specific time at the moment. I talk about different things. I'm a comedian. I talk about different things. Talk about relationships. Talk about just general life issues, love, especially life, happiness. So I think next time we'll talk about love, self-love, and identity. Why we should love ourselves unapologetically, and why it's important that you love yourself to the extent that whoever comes around you will feel the love. You have to have that amount of love for yourself. Remember, you cannot give what you don't have. So it's very important. It's deliberate for you to love yourself. Identify who you are, love yourself, you know, love yourself, learn yourself, love yourself, identify who you are. Because if you don't identify who you are, you will always follow people. You will just follow people because you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want out of life. You will always follow people. You will be a crowd chaser. You chase people, chase crowd, just chase anyone around because you don't know yourself. So it's very important that you know who you are. Know who you are is very, very important, you know. So I think that is about it for today. We are going to, this is about this topic for today. I don't know, I might have time, I might come a bit later on if I have some time, but I think that is that topic. I think I'll end this topic. I'll see if I have more time. I might come back later and we'll talk about something else. Otherwise, I will come back live tomorrow. Probably tomorrow morning I'll be live, or early afternoon around midday. I'll be live again to talk about something else. We can all share. If you want to join, if you want us to discuss about anything, you can let me know so we can talk. We can, chat, share knowledge. This is not a monologue. We can talk and share our points of view. Okay, I think that is it. Thanks very much again. All the best. Take care and bye bye for now. Bye bye.